Coming up on this edition of Access Virginia Beach, it's a proven fact. Early education helps local business succeed. We'll bring you the details. Plus, small women and minority-owned business is big business in Virginia Beach. We'll bring you an update from a recent forum. And Blessing the Land, the African American Cultural Center gets the blessings as hundreds gather. That and more coming up as we access Virginia Beach. Hello and welcome to VBTV's Access Virginia Beach, a program that informs you of news and events from around our city and schools. I'm Stephanie Sutton. Thanks for joining us. Virginia Beach City Council took time recently to meet and discuss goals that will have an impact on the city.
Well, this is something that we've been doing for a number of years. It really works out well that we get the council together, talk about where we've been, where we want to go, and how we're going to get there.
If you look at the history of this city, the results have been very good after having these types of meetings.
That's the purpose of being here. We want to put everything on the table and get good input from not only the members of council, but from staff. And, you know, we're not taking action today. We're here to talk about things. For instance, light rail. How will it help us get where we want to be 20 years from now?
Light rail, development services, short-term occupancy, and online sharing sparked much of the conversation. It provided a footprint for staff to follow.
This is a great opportunity for senior staff to interact with the council, to get their feedback on our performance of meeting their priorities, and also to get updates on their vision, their focus, and their intent for our execution of programs that are critically important to their agenda.
If I got a call there, I'd be looking for 3 or 4 folks. I wouldn't be expecting 17. There's a public safety issue here.
Open discussion on a variety of topics, including last year's goals, provide needed information to fellow council members and staff.
It's more informal, and it gives us all a chance to kind of sit back and talk in a casual way, but to express our ideas and feelings about different issues and subjects, not necessarily in a decision-making mode, but just get it out as to what you have on your mind.
We continue to take a look at our strategic plans and reevaluate them as we go on. The manager has a list. This is a mid-year retreat, so we're not coming up with new ideas as much as we're taking a look at what was done back in January, February timeframe and saying, okay, where are we on these different things? Do we need to readjust? Do we need to reprioritize?
This mid-year retreat was designed to track progress toward accomplishing the goals City Council established in their January retreat. And speaking of goals, this is the big election year, and the Voters Registrars Office wants to make sure every vote counts. In 2013, they began the process of outfitting elections with new voting equipment with the goal of making it easier for voters while maintaining accuracy. A new paper ballot system now allows selections to be made with clarity. The following video shows exactly how easy it is.
Voting on the DS200 is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Mark your selections. An election official will issue you a paper ballot. Take your ballot to an available voting booth. Be sure to use the marking device supplied at the polling location. As a first step, you will need to completely fill in the oval next to your selection. Avoid making any other marks on your ballot. It is important that you mark your ballot properly to ensure that your votes are counted correctly. Make sure you mark your selection in all of the races that you intend to vote, selecting no more than the number of choices allowed. Step 2. Review your selections. Review your selections marked on the paper ballot. If you are satisfied, take your ballot to the DS200 digital scanner. Step 3. Cast your ballot. The display screen will provide instructions on how to insert your ballot into the tray. The DS200 accepts ballots in any orientation. For example, you can insert the ballot upside down or backwards. A scanning ballot, please wait message is displayed during the scanning process. If your ballot is filled out properly, it will be accepted, and a thank you for voting message will be displayed. If you have selected more than the number of choices allowed, a prompt will appear. If you'd like to change your selections, tap Return Ballot on the screen, and your ballot will be returned. You will need to ask an election official to provide you with a new ballot. If you prefer to cast your ballot as is, select Cast Ballot. The DS200 digital scanner is a simple-to-use yet cutting-edge solution. For more information, visit vbgov.com/voter.
The next election is Tuesday, November 8th. The ballot will include races for president, vice president, Senate, House of Representatives, mayor, city council, and school board. It also will include a citywide advisory referendum on light rail. In order to vote, you must be registered or submit a change of address by October 17th. Also, in-person absentee voting begins September 23rd and runs through November 5th. And finally, poll workers are needed for Election Day. Compensation for training and working is $160. For a list of requirements, call 385-8683 or visit vbgov.com/voter. You can familiarize yourself with the ballot by taking a look at the sample ballot on vbgov.com/voter. And don't forget, all Virginia voters must show a photo ID in order to vote. Thanks to an innovative partnership between the Hampton Roads Small Business Development Center and the City of Virginia Beach, early education child care providers can learn the tools necessary to operate a profitable business. The program is designed to help child care centers improve profitability and increase enrollment so that they can focus on providing high-quality education. Let's take a look at how the program turned around one local business.
Hi, my name is Erica Campbell, and I am the owner-director of Amberley Child Care. I have a passion for working with people. When I came to Virginia, I wanted to own my own business. I finally got the doors open December of 2014. And I started, it was a long struggle. I didn't know the business aspect, business management, how to maintain my books, just getting staff and retaining staff, the management, financial management. I didn't understand that part of the role.
The Early Education Small Business Development Program is a collaborative program between the City of Virginia Beach and the Department of Economic Development, Grow Smart, and the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce and their Small Business Development Center. So it's a unique program that's designed specifically for small business owners who are in the early childhood industry.
It's really about strengthening their business model and really going in and looking at each piece of what they're doing from a business perspective to make sure it's really strong, with really the spirit of helping them to be the greatest place for children to grow and thrive. So our goal through this program is really to have strong outcomes from children, for children to be in high quality early childhood programs, and we know that they can't do that if they don't have a strong business model.
They helped me with marketing, creating a logo. Their early education business program also helped me with my finances. When I first opened, I can remember only counting on my hand about 5 kids. And it took me a long time to get to the numbers I am at now. I'm close to capacity at this time. And the early education business program helps me with that. It's very, very helpful. I recommend the program to anybody who's starting out.
The Early Education Small Business Training Program was launched in 2010. To date, it has served 138 small businesses throughout the region and touched the lives of more than 3,000 Virginia Beach children. For more information or to apply for the next session, log on to vbgrowsmart.com or call 664-2590. Small business owners gathered recently at a forum to discuss ways to identify future business opportunities with the city.
That's our annual forum for SWaM companies, small women and minority-owned businesses here in Virginia Beach. It's an opportunity to give them a little more market intelligence about how to do business, how to partner with other companies, and also how to work with the city more closely.
Mayor Sessoms applauded the group for its continued business success.
You've helped Virginia Beach achieve a rock-solid reputation as a great place to do business.
The forum created a setting for small businesses to have more meaningful conversations with key decision makers within organizations that have strong supplier diversity programs. Increased business opportunities both in and out of the city is the desire of participants attending the forum.
There's the increased opportunities for small women and minority-owned businesses here in the region, as well as the need for ensuring that we're spending local dollars here at home.
It also helps entrepreneurs identify business opportunities beyond the federal and municipal sectors.
Small business is such a critical component of our local economy, but it also has its own set of challenges. So the city really tries to step out there and go the extra mile to help support them. You know, actually, probably 85–90% of the businesses in Virginia Beach are small and actually employ maybe 50 or fewer employees.
So let's start with ultra-high-speed internet.
Participants also attended panel discussions on supplier diversity and learned how it impacts with their businesses. Economic development officials estimate more than 120 guests showed up for the event. It was a day to celebrate for the Lake Edwards Park area as a unique ceremony was held for the future African American Cultural Center. The sounds of drums filled the air as community leaders, to include faith-based members and citizens, all gathered for one purpose: the blessing of the land ceremony.
Amina! 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 Amen! Amen!
This is one of our first events, in fact, for the celebration of having an African American Culture Center, which could end up being a great hub for the region, giving opportunity to learn more about the achievements and the contributions African Americans made to our region.
The Cultural Center will be located on the corner of Newtown Road and Hampshire Way. The city set aside nearly 5 acres of land for the project.
Well, I could not have been more honored than to be on City Council in October when the City Council unanimously approved conveying this land to the African American Cultural Center.
It's going to be a center for performance arts. It's going to be a center for curation and museum. It's going to be a center for children to come to and to see the history of the African American experience in Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads, and really the nation as a whole.
The ceremony was a kickoff for the project. It included cultural performances, murals, historians, and more. And while the project is still many years from completion, excitement is growing from many community members.
Having this cultural center coming to Virginia Beach means more diversity. I mean, more opportunities for me to learn about my culture and embrace my culture in a world where sometimes my culture is not embraced, in a world where sometimes people don't accept my culture.
The center will cost around $10 million. Next step include a feasibility study, stakeholder meetings, and fundraising, which will be funded privately through a new foundation. The site where the center will be built is surrounded by 6 of the 12 historically African American neighborhoods in Virginia Beach. Parents in Virginia Beach need to be aware that jobs for recently graduated seniors can be just a click away. Kindergarten through 12th grade students across the division are being immersed in STEM education programming, just what these industry leaders need when hiring new employees. This next feature highlights the courses and curriculum needed to begin your working career right after graduation. Here's Mickey Aceda with more.
Mechatronic applications include a wide variety of industries, including medical, defense, and mechanical manufacturing.
We manufacture here horizontal drive mechanism for car seats.
On a national and local level, industry representatives are seeking employees who have the basic education and technical skills to begin employment now.
It's being a manufacturing engineer, being a process engineer, programming logical controls, being hands-on on a mill, on a lathe, actually creating what they think about, and then put it in reality and make parts for what we need.
And what those industry reps need are students who have skills necessary to get them into the workforce.
They should have some engineering training on the mechanical side, on the electrical side, on the programming side. So just going to the high school is good, is a good start. Then the next thing should be to get some more hands-on experience.
And then the other thing that I wanted to highlight were just the average wages for STEM workers here. So for those with a bachelor's degree or higher, it's $80,000. For those Without a bachelor's degree, it's $51,000.
Not too long ago, we had the Brookings Institution here for a seminar that the speaker talked about the hidden STEM economy. Many of the jobs in mechatronics fall within that because they're sub-baccalaureate degrees, in other words, less than a four-year college education. But the median average income for those occupations and that STEM-related careers is around $53,000.
The market has never been more attractive for students ready to enter the workforce right after high school.
Concoa moves molecules for a living. We provide opportunities for people with all educational and skill levels. We're most interested in having young people who are currently in high school think about a career in advanced manufacturing or light engineering, as we refer to ourselves. And along those lines, we have a pathway which allows them to come into Concoa at an entry-level job. And once they're here with some basic education, work up through the ranks, through some of our training programs, and then in concert with the local community college, TCC, and with Old Dominion University, allow them at their pace to continue their education so that they become more valuable to the community, to their family, and to Concoa.
Who knows what the future holds? Just plan to be a part of it.
So if your child is looking to get ahead of the job market while still in high school, have them speak to their guidance counselor at their school. They can then begin getting enrolled in STEM-based classes. Coming up next on this edition of Access Virginia Beach, it's hurricane season and oceanfront communities are always prepared for the big one. We'll show you how the beach gets ready. Plus, Academy Night is right around the corner. We'll provide an update from Green Run Collegiate. And some high-flying fun was held at Creeds Elementary. We'll provide an area report when Access Virginia Beach returns.
Virginia Beach Schools Parent Connection is your one-stop resource for information and events that support families and promote student success. No child in Virginia Beach should go hungry. Come out to support the Beach Bags program at the school division's final 2016 citywide food drive. Join us Thursday, October 20, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Pembroke Mall in Kohl's parking lot behind Walgreens. The Beach Bags program provides shelf-stable meals for students who do not have enough to eat over weekends and school breaks. We need and appreciate our community's support of this important program. Fill a beach bag and feed a beach child. For more information, go online to www.vbschools.com/beachbags or call 263-1936. VB Schools provides numerous programs and resources to help prepare your student for college. Be sure to work closely with your school's guidance counselor and make plans to attend our annual college night at the Virginia Beach Convention Center on Tuesday, October 25 from 5:30 to 8 p.m. To learn more about important deadlines or to see a complete calendar of free parent connection and community events that can benefit your family, visit vbschools.com/parent connection.
Welcome back to Access Virginia Beach. I'm Stephanie Sutton. During hurricane season, coastal communities like Virginia Beach are always preparing and planning for the next big storm. Getting prepared is a top priority for city departments, which deal with the storm and its aftermath. Let's take a look at how Virginia Beach gets ready for the big one.
We've had an entire month of rain, and that is a significant issue because all of our drainage capacity is still completely full. So a storm, even if it does stay off the East Coast, the wind and potentially more rain could cause some significant issues. The flooding we had last week, we still have some remnants of that. So those are my biggest concerns. Public Utilities is checking all their pump stations, getting their generators filled up. Parks and Rec, Landscape Management is working, making sure all their chainsaws function. So all the departments right now are leaning forward in preparations for the storm.
We're checking all the pump stations, see if there's any of the motors that need to be replaced, and we find a couple that have to be replaced, and we're going to take care of that. Starting Tuesday morning, we're going to have crews down at the Oceanfront. We're starting to bring in trash cans and some of the wooden ramps that are out there for And then we're also going to be moving some of the sand away from the seawall there, because we know it's going to be blowing anyway, and so we're going to try and get it level and make it a little more room. And then we're going to be going down in the Croatan area and start to take care of some of that area, moving sand. We're going ahead and making high water signs, getting sandbags filled, checking all the areas that normally flood, and see if we can be prepared, so despite what the storm does, we're ready.
Looks like the beach is prepared if and when the big one hits. Of course, you can stay informed during the storm by logging on to vbgov.com. Emergency preparedness details and more will be posted online to keep all citizens up to date with the latest details. 4 centuries of beach history are on display between Atlantic and Pacific Avenues along 36th Street. Jimmy Jordan's family has called Virginia Beach home for the better part of the last 150 years, and they have collected a lot of history during that time frame, especially at the oceanfront. With all that history in one place, Jordan made it his mission to keep track of it. Now he's sharing that information in an easy-to-digest public display, Virginia Beach along the oceanfront.
Well, the project itself was the brainchild of Tom Lyons, who's the CEO of Coastal Hospitality Group, which owns the Sheraton. When he built the parking garage here, he dedicated 10 feet of his property here to be able to do a history walk. This only is historically significant to people, places, and things along the oceanfront. So I went to work with that, made him a proposal, and he said, go for it. My brother Fred, who's now deceased, he and I put together a book back in 1974 called Virginia Beach, A Pictorial History. It was just a runaway bestseller. We had no idea what we were doing. We just did it, and it turned out very nicely. And my goal today, 40 years later, is the same as it was then, to retain the past for future generations. It's like a journey down memory lane. And there's only a certain amount of history that you can depict over 400 years with 27 panels. So I chose the things that I thought would be interesting for visitors as well as for people that live here. And so I just chose certain topics. It's not a running history. It's just a history and of interesting things that have taken place along the boardwalk, along the oceanfront. This panel is from the early days, and Virginia Beach got started with the formation of the United States Life-Saving Service. And we had a life-saving station here as far back as 1883. We call it the Graveyard of Atlantic because there's so many wrecks right here in front of us. The most famous is the wreck of the Dictator. Well, I'm beyond proud. Virginia Beach is my hometown. I've had lots of opportunities to move due to business opportunities, and I just have that sand between my toes. I just couldn't wash it out. It's a nice way to leave my mark, and I feel very good about that and very blessed.
Jordan plans a guiding walking tour and plans to publish a booklet about the display soon. He urges locals to stop by and enjoy some local history. There are 9 academy and advanced academic programs in the school division. Each program offers additional academic choices for students. Green Run Collegiate is one of those programs. Let's take a look.
I've been doing IB, teaching IB for 15 years now, and so the concept, the idea of IB, I think is certainly what I latched onto, and when they said that Green Run Collegiate was going to use that vehicle to kind of reach kids that haven't been, maybe haven't been reached before, it was a great opportunity, and it fit right in with the greater IB kind of philosophy that this isn't just for the top kids, it's for everybody, and so that opportunity is really what kind of attracted me most.
If you'd like to find out more information about Green Run Collegiate or any of the other academies offered in the division, then mark your calendar for Wednesday, October 19th. The school division is hosting a citywide Academy Programs Information Night at the Convention Center from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Students and their families can visit information tables, speak with reps from all the high school programs, and learn more about courses of study and more. The deadline for all academy programs and advanced academic programs applications is January 9th, 2017. You know, flying a paper airplane in school used to get you sent to the principal's office, or maybe for you old-timers, dusting off the chalkboards, but a recent partnership between 5th graders at Creeds Elementary and the Military Aviation Museum encouraged the freedom of flight. Not all flights found a way out of the classroom by way of a missing ceiling panel, but information provided by aviation professionals certainly helped their flights.
So their challenge is to come up to design an aircraft that's going to stay in the air the longest. They're going to design an aircraft that they think will fly the farthest, and then they're going to deal with speed. How fast can one go and how slow can one go and still stay in the air.
Joe Badali is the education coordinator at the Military Aviation Museum. His team of volunteers love working with the students.
We've been working with these students for 2 years now. We have an excited group of volunteers that come out here. We're doing the design challenge with 5th grade. It's one of the STEM programs.
Gravity, lift, and thrust, all factors that play a key role in aerodynamic process.
We're so excited because we are doing an airplane STEM design challenge. We've invited our partnership friends from the Military Aviation Museum to help us. They're here to act as resident experts and help the children in designing their planes and flying their planes and trying to figure out if something's not working, what could they do to change it.
1, 2, 3.
Making paper airplanes is fun stuff, but there's always a lesson to learn. Science content for these students included force and motion, dependent and independent variables, plus kinetic energy. But for those students, it was all about the competition.
We are creating paper airplanes. One has to be the fastest, the one the slowest, and one the farthest.
This one is going to be the farthest, and we're gonna tilt the wings in the back to make it go up.
Giving kids a project where they can take what they are learning, then design and see the fruits of their labor was a natural lesson for these future aviators. After classroom lessons, students traveled up the road to the Aviation Museum to compete against one another in launching their planes. High-flying fun was a lesson learned during this adventurous partnership with the Aviation Museum. The Military Aviation Museum is home to one of the largest private collections of World War I and World War II era military aircraft in the world. It's located at 1341 Princess Anne Road in the southern half of the city. Great place to spend an afternoon. And with that, we've come to the end of our show, but changes are coming to Access Virginia Beach. After a 28-year run, AVB will begin soon broadcasting on a monthly basis. Our plan is to get the product out to the public quicker, immediately posting our media instead of waiting 2 weeks for the next edition of AVB. It's a big change for us and you, the loyal viewers of our program, but we will still bring you up to date on the latest happenings with both our city and school partners. Keep in mind that if you've missed something or would like to see it again, you can view this program online. Log on to vbgov.com/media, then under the All Categories button, find and click on Access Virginia Beach. For everyone here at VBTV, I'm Stephanie Sutton. Thanks for watching.